Citizens of Israel, for 22 months of the war, we have paid heavy prices, but we have achieved great achievements in all areas of the war. Hezbollah, Syria, Iran, and additional enemies who have threatened us for years and planned a huge attack have been defeated. In Gaza, we have destroyed Hamas, and we have lost many of its leaders and an important part of its terrorist infrastructure. But the struggle has not ended, and the goals of the war are more than fulfilled. In recent weeks, I have worked intensively with the Prime Minister on a dramatic process to victory in Gaza. A combination of quick military action and a hand-to-hand political process, which will increase the price of pain from Hamas, will destroy its military and civilian capabilities, will put an unprecedented pressure on it for the release of hostages, and will shake the spirit of the people of Israel. For weeks, it seemed that the Prime Minister was supporting the plan. He was still with me in detail, and arranged for him to sign a resolution. He intends, this time, to go to the end. But to the dismay of the IDF, he made a press conference. The Prime Minister and the Cabinet have become weak. They gave him a moment to win his mind, and he decided again to do more of the same, and to go into a military process that he decided was not a decision, but only a pressure action on Hamas, to bring it to the deal of partial hostages, in a clear statement, that if Hamas agrees to a deal, we will also agree to stop again, to achieve again, to allow it to tighten and warm up again, and go back to Lila. This way we do not punish, this way we do not return hostages, this way we do not win a war. When in front of him is a sign of a deal, the IDF will always shake hands and work in a half-clutch, and worst of all, it is clear that if we keep the option of temporary hostages for Hamas, every time he feels that he is a moment before the deadline, he will ask the IDF to intervene and agree to a temporary deal, and then the war will stop again, and the fighters will tighten their belt again, and will take into account their efforts and sacrifices, and go back to Lila, and after that to Ain, to send tens of thousands of fighters to Tamrin in the city of Gaza, at the risk of their lives, to pay heavy political and international prices, just to put pressure on Hamas to release hostages, and to pull back. This is an immoral and unreasonable mistake. Unfortunately, for the first time since the start of the war, I feel that I simply cannot stand behind this decision and accept it. My conscience does not allow it. So far, I have also made decisions that I did not like, and for the sake of unity, I also stood behind procedures that were less correct, in my opinion. I stayed in the government, despite the terrible decisions made by terrorists, murderers, with blood on their hands, and painful achievements, fields that were plowed with bloodshed. This, all the more I realized, that we are searching for a decision, and for victory. I lost faith, that the Prime Minister can and wants to bring the IDF there. So a war to win, until the end, yes, even if you have heavy prices, but a partial process, which is only intended to put Hamas back into the room of trade and supply. No and no. Mr. Prime Minister, it is not too late to come back to you. Enter the cabinet again, and you will know in a way that is not suitable for both sides, that there are no more arrests in the Middle East, that there will be no more partial profit, that this time we are going to a clear process of determination and victory, that in the end, complete purchase of Hamas, and the return of all the captives at once, or its determination, and its complete destruction, the annexation of large parts of the Gaza Strip, and the opening of its gates, and the return at will. Only then, with God's help, will we win.